friends! What's going on, guys? My name's Kai. This is the Sober Living channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. What I love to do on this channel is I love to just give tips, hope, and advice to anybody out there in the world struggling with an active addiction, letting them know that there is hope, there is a way to recover, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Guys, tonight it is basically midnight on day 352 of my journey to sobriety. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on the journey. And that's about it, really. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about my cancer. Now, I mentioned, I told my story, my cancer story, the other night, and there are two parts of that story that I would like to kind of do a little bit of a deeper dive on, because I didn't mention it the first time. So, when I mentioned that my surgery was up on my eye here, down here, and then through my lip here. And when they did this surgery, what ended up happening was my tear duct was actually completely destroyed. So what would happen was, well, first of all, naturally, I don't know if you guys knew this, but naturally, you're always crying. You're always crying. It's just your tear ducts are naturally redirecting your tears into your tear ducts. And then they just dissipate into your body, you know? Unfortunately, after my surgery, after my plastic surgeries and stuff like that was finished, on here, I no longer had a working tear duct. So, my tear duct basically my eye was always dripping. No matter what I did, it always looked like I was crying, you know, because as I said, your body is constantly producing tears. So I kind of liked it for a little while because it made me look sensitive, you know. It made me, whenever I would have like a deep thought and then I'd have like a tear, you know, it would make me like feel sensitive. To my American audience, it would make me feel like that old Indian commercial about the littering, where the Indian guy cries because of the litter. It always made me feel like that. But it was affecting my eyesight too much. It was affecting my eyesight far too much. So what they ended up doing was they ended up redirecting it, essentially, to go down my nostril. So, that being said, it no longer bothers my eye, but it's constantly dripping out of my nose here. So, if I'm ever on camera, you guys, and you see that I might have a little bit of wetness here, it's not snot. I can't say that enough. It's not snot. I'm not a slob. If it was snot, I would definitely blow my nose. Another thing, though, is from the surgery, I don't have any feeling in the left side of my face. The left side of my face is, it's not paralyzed because, you know, I can smile, but I can't feel anything here. And it's frustrating because I'll still get an itch that I can't scratch, or I can't feel my top lip, but sometimes I'll bite into it really hard. And I can't feel my lip, but I'll feel the pressure of the tooth going right through the skin. So it's still very painful. But that being said, I want to let you guys know that when that happens and I have that little bit of liquid on my nose, I can't feel it. So it's frustrating for me. So please, if you guys ever see it on camera, I'm sure you will. If you ever see it, please don't comment that I have to blow my nose. I'm very aware. I just wanted to let you guys know that that is just a little quirk about me. I am constantly dripping tears out of my nose. Also, I don't really know how to do editing yet because I'm still very new to this, and the computer that I'm using is very it's not very powerful, so I don't have the means to do this. So I can't really just put a picture of what I looked like after my surgery. But I wanted to, like, in the photo, but I have a photo of it here. So I hope that this looks okay. Now, this photo was actually shared with me just today by a friend of mine who had found this newspaper article. So half of it is cut off, so you can't see my chin, but you can see my eye and part of my nose. So if you can see there, I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but it was pretty gruesome. It was a pretty gruesome surgery, and the recovery on it was pretty out there. You can see there that my eye was closed. My eye was swollen closed like that for a good 3 weeks. I couldn't open my eye for, yeah, a good 3 weeks. And then when it finally was open, it just kind of like, oh, it was awful. It was awful. But that's a little bit of background about that. Another thing is, unfortunately, because of the hospital and because of my visits there and my constant visits there, is I suffer from PTSD. And I really, really, really don't want to be one of those kind of people that are on the internet that are looking for, how do I say this? It's very rough talking about mental health on the internet these days because there's such a fine line between people wanting people to feel sorry for them, and then there's the other half of people that are just trying to tell their story. And I'm on the half of, I'm just trying to tell my story. I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. If there's anybody who could give me some tips that would help me deal with it, that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it. My email is in the description. That would be great. But I still suffer from PTSD from the hospital visits, and it's very tough for me. Because I mentioned in one of my videos about my nightmares, I have the same nightmares over and over and over again, and they always involve me being in this weird hotel complex, like you're at a 5-star resort in Jamaica or Cancun or wherever. You're at a 5-star resort, except basically like the apocalypse hit and the resort looks completely run down, but it's still full of guests and it's still operating as normal. Except for some reason, in this resort, there's a prison and there's a hospital where they do like experiments on people. And I'm constantly brought back to this nightmare, and I basically get into the lobby of this weird hotel, and I say to myself, I wonder where I'm going to end up tonight, you know? Am I going to end up being sexually abused in a prison cell? Or am I going to be, have medical experiments done on me while I'm wide awake for it, you know? And it's always the same dream over and over again. And I take medication for it. I take a medication called Paracetin. It's supposed to help with PTSD nightmares, but it doesn't help that much. So, again, I'm just reaching out there. If there's anybody else who deals with these kind of nightmares all the time, maybe you could reach out to me and we could help each other out. That'd be great. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that my cancer really shaped a lot of who I am, and again, I'm glad that I went through it. You know, it sounds horrible to say, but I truly believe that me going through my cancer gave me a lot of the strength that I needed for right now. You know, I believe that going through my cancer, and at such a young age, may I add, um, I believe that that gave me enough power to get through my addictions at an older age. So, that's about it. Um, Please just bear with me. I will be having another surgery within the next 6 months or so, so I'll keep you guys up to date with that, and that's about it. Alright guys, I just wanted to keep you up to date. To all the new subscribers, hey, I really, really appreciate you joining. I am doing the giveaway. We're donating to every single continent on Earth except for Antarctica, because there's no addicts in Antarctica. Well, who knows? There's no addiction treatment programs in Antarctica to fund. So what we're doing is, once we hit 250 subscribers, I am going to be picking out 5 winners and 1 winner from Asia, and we will be doing donations on their behalf for charities under their name. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Wherever you are in the whole wide world, please be sober. If you're not sober, please be safe. Please have a ride home. Remember, your parents love you. Everybody wants you to wake up tomorrow. Alright, guys. Bye, guys.